away in the Springdale Timber. Gather No Moss with the lead to the first. I Said Scat Cat is next. Plum Brush. Then comes Brands Hatch. Gypsy Beads is next, and 4 back to Field View as they make their way to the second. And on they go to the second. Gather No Moss is first over the fence. I Said Scat Cat on the outside. Brands Hatch is next. Then comes Plum Brush. Gypsy Beads tussling with his jockey there. And at the back is Field View as they head down the back straight for the first time. Gather No Moss is your leader here by a head with I Said Scat Cat. They're over that one together. Brands Hatch is next. Then comes Plum Brush. 3 back to Gypsy Beads and 5 more to Field View as they continue on down the back straight for the first time. Going well at this point, and the leader is Gather No Moss. Half length to the good of I Said Scat Cat. Brands Hatch is next. Then we go to Plum Brush, 2 back to Gypsy Beads. Field View content to trail at this stage. As they continue on now, and they'll make the right-hand turn to the far loop. Nicely done there. Gather No Moss and I Said Scat Cat up and over together. Brands Hatch behind them in third. Then Plum Brush, 4 off the leader. 2.5 to Gypsy Beads and Field View as they make the right-hand turn to complete the first big loop. Gather No Moss and I Said Scat Cat. They're together on the lead. It appears Gypsy Beads unseated his rider at that fence. Now 5 as they make the turn and come towards us now. Gather No Moss and I Said Scat Cat. Those 2 are your leaders as they turn and come towards us now. I Said Scat Cat. Gather No Moss is next. Plum Brush in third, then Brands Hatch and Field View as they complete the first big loop. They'll make the left-hand turn and come through the straight for the second under the wire. I Said Scat Cat and Gather No Moss. We'll come to this fence at the top of the straight together. Brands Hatch in the third spot, then Plum Brush and 2.5 to Field View as they come by us now with another circuit to go. I Said Scat Cat first over. Gather No Moss next. Plum Brush, Brands Hatch, and Field View is next. As they continue on now on the final loop. And I Said Scat Cat leads to this fence. Gather No Moss. Brands Hatch still maintaining the third spot. Plum Brush and 3. Field View is at the back, maybe 8 or so off the pace as they head down the back straight. For the final time, slightly quicker pace, Gather No Moss. And I Said Scat Cat, they continue to exchange the lead. It's 4 to Plum Brush, Brands Hatch, and 6 more to Fieldview. Midway down the back straight. I Said Scat Cat. Gather No Moss right there, Plum Brush. About 2.5. Gather No Moss opened up a bit over that jump. Brands Hatch next in field view is a closer 5th. As they complete the back straight run, and will now make the final loop. I Said Scat Cat. About 2.5 now. To the good of Gather No Moss, Plum Brush, 4 off the lead. Brands Hatch next in 5 to field view. As they'll round those far beacons and trees on their final loop to the wire. I Said Scat Cat in front. Here a half. Gather No Moss stays right there. 3 more to Brands Hatch. Then Plum Brush, and 5 to field view. As they continue out round that far turn. Coming up to the 3-mile mark, and these two are still at it. I Said Scat Cat. Gather No Moss next. 4 to Plum Brush, then Brands Hatch, and field view at the back. As they come now to this timber fence here to the top of the straight. Pace quickens, Gather No Moss, and I Said Scat Cat. They'll come now to this one together. 5 more to Brands Hatch, Plum Brush, and field view. And I Said Scat Cat benefited at that jump. In front, 2.5. Gather No Moss trying to stay with that one. 6 more. Plum Brush and Brands Hatch. Here they come now to the top of the straight. I Said Scat Cat. In front, 2.5, Gather No Moss, trying to stay with the leader. It's I Said Scat Cat. Gather No Moss now challenges on the outside. 4 back to Plum Brush. Veered off course. I Said Scat Cat. Gather No Moss. I Said Scat Cat in front.
And at the winner's circle now, our unofficial winner. I Said Scat Cat, owned by Karen Gray, trained by Karen and written by Carl Rafter.